my goodness. And James Blake joins us now.
Hi,
Welcome
James.
to the show. Thank you for sharing your story.
No problem.
I mean, we do, James, live in a world where we like to overshare. We put it on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We like to share our lives. And you was a little bit like that back in the day, weren't you? What sort of things did you share?
Yeah, well, I obviously, as an entrepreneur and a business owner, I share my journey with business, and I like to share the wins. Like, you know, Instagram is a highlight reel. You know, social media is typically a highlight reel. So share all the good things that I achieve in life. You know, when I bought my first Lamborghini, I posted it. When I bought my next one, I posted it. And just generally sharing with people the wins that I would get in business.
And the thing is, you know, someone might look at that and go, "I was quite boastful," but for you, sharing a picture like that then generated more business, right? So
Absolutely,
right.
yeah.
So,
I mean, I'm a working class lad, you know, so for me, I've worked really hard to achieve
absolutely.
that.
Also,
And
if you want to do it, it's your right to do it, right?
Yeah.
So when were the first chinks of what happened to you?
Yeah, well...
When did you realise something was going on here?
Yeah, I mean, initially, a couple of profiles cropped up, and to be honest, my first impression was this is someone in their bedroom messing about. Didn't think anything of it.
So profiles pretending to be you?
Yeah, fake profiles.
And did friends of yours go...
Yeah, people were like, did you follow me off a new profile? And I was, no.
Yeah.
And then when I looked at it, it had my photographs, photos of my family, photos of my cars, my team at my business, everything. And initially, there was one or two. It was quite amusing. You're going, this is bizarre, but it's probably a kid messing about. But over time, it progressed and got gradually worse to the point where I was waking up daily with 5 to 10 messages from people saying, I've been chatting to you on dating apps, I've been talking to you on social media. And unfortunately, you would also get the odd message where someone would say, I've invested money with this person, or I've sent them money, and they've lost out.
And then you also got a 1-star review online as well.
Yes.
So you've got these women who, are they in love with you or your fake profile? What's the situation?
So the 1-star review, basically a guy came on and left a 1-star review on my company's page, and he said, don't use this business, this guy likes to mess around with other people's wives. And obviously I'm seeing that going, what on earth is that? And then I messaged him and we chatted, and he shared screenshots with me. Basically, his wife had been talking to a fake of me online, decided to divorce him, and she sent him an email kicking him out of the house, telling him that I was going to adopt the kids. And and basically they had this whole marital situation.
You must have been horrified by that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, for me, getting that, it's just, it takes you back, you know.
Was that the moment where you went, OK, I've got to do something about this?
Absolutely. At that moment, you're thinking, right, this is not, you know, this isn't funny. This is serious. People are losing money and things like this.
So what are the steps you can take? Or what did you try and do when this first started? Did you get in touch with the police straight away?
Yeah.
Or did you get in touch with the platform, or both?
So I got in touch with the platforms initially. I reported the fake profiles. Unfortunately, on most occasions, they didn't get removed.
Did they get back to you? Does anyone... I mean, how does that work?
I mean...
Investigating it, or what? I
got a fairly generic message just saying these profiles don't go against community guidelines, which blew my mind because it's my name, my photos, they're replicating my life. So if that doesn't go against guidelines, then what does? You know, so I just got that. Then I went to the press. We got some press out there to see if that could help a little bit. I think it did a little. And then it didn't stop it. So I'd done the most natural thing, which is obviously make a documentary about it.
Did you speak to police at all?
I did speak to the police, yeah. The police basically said to me there was nothing they could do. I don't think it was in particular their fault. I don't think it was anything to do with that. I think it's just they're not really prepared for this kind of thing. I don't know if there's funding around it. I don't know if there's enough attention to it.
Yeah.
You know?
So tell us what you found then. So you did this documentary and it took you abroad, you met some of the women. Tell us what you found out.
Yeah, so, I mean, I end up travelling to Southeast Asia, and what I uncover is just mind-blowing, and I think that most viewers of the documentary will not expect it to go in this direction. But it turns out that the people behind these fake profiles are not kids in their bedroom. In fact, they're people that are in massive office facilities in places like Myanmar and things like that, where...
They've got their own, like, offices?
So they go there to work?
To work?
Yeah, these offices wouldn't look out of place in Canary Wharf. These are huge offices. And by the way, this kind of fraud is a billion-dollar industry. You know, this is a huge industry. But the really sad thing is that these buildings are filled with thousands of people that are actively scamming people. But even sadder than that is that they're forced to do it. A lot of these people come to these places thinking they're getting legitimate jobs, and then they're forced into scamming people.
So dark.
It's horrendous, and they're trafficked. You know, they're trafficked through these criminal organisations. They're dehumanised. They're beaten. They're electrocuted. They get set insane targets, like sales targets for scamming people. If they don't meet them, they get abused. It's horrendous.
And what are the local authorities, presumably not much, but what are the local authorities doing to clamp down on that? Anything?
Well, I don't think there's a lot going on. I think that it's kind of one of those situations where it's criminal. You know, it's a massive criminal organisation doing this. And while I was out there, although I seen some horrible, horrible things, I did meet some really great people as well. And I met organisations like the IGM who are actively working against human trafficking and forced scamming, and lots of other amazing people.
So what would you say to people watching this? Who, you know, might be particularly trusting of other people online, but also people that put a lot of stuff out there that've got a lot to lose. Do you regret sharing stuff or not?
No, I don't. I mean, social media for me is a massive part of my business.
Yeah.
And it helps with generating income and helps me to pay my team and everything like that.
Yeah.
I don't think that you should stop. I mean, nobody creates content with the intent for it to be used for something like this. you know, no one does. But equally, I think it's just being conscious about what's going on and keeping your eyes out to see who's visiting your profile. Is there potentially scammers that could take your content? And if you can in any way sort of, I suppose, brand your content, it's always a good thing, you know, to make sure that they can't just use that.
Right.
And if you are on the other end of that, where these people are reaching out to you, you know, make sure they're verified, look at their profiles, make sure that they're posting consistently, that they're in tagged photos.
Oh my God, it's another world, isn't
fascinating.
it?
And we've just literally...
I don't even know how you brand your content. How do you brand your content?
You trust me, your content is just fine.
Oh, thank you so much,
Honestly, we
James.
just dipped our toe in it, and you know, can't wait to see more. Hunting the Catfish Crime Gang on BBC 3 tonight at 9 p.m. and catch it on the iPlayer as well. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much
Not
for
a problem
joining
at all.
us.
Thank you.